All right, we're live. This is my new attempt. It's called at a series. This is called My 2 cents, and that's because that's what I get to put in. My 2 cents. Um, I, I'm glad you're here tonight. I'm glad. I don't know how many people are watching. I can't see all that. I actually have the comments covered for now. I'm going to try and stay focused on what I'm going to discuss. And then I'm going to look at the comments to see um, what's going on, who's asking questions and things like that. But for now, I do have the chat covered up so that I can't see it and don't get distracted by it. Now, this got posted in a few Facebook groups by friends of mine, so some of the people here may not be regular viewers. If you like this video, somewhere's over here is a subscribe button. Feel free to subscribe. Thumbs up, greatly appreciated. You don't like it, thumbs down. Doesn't really matter. Nobody can see if you leave a thumbs down, and I don't look. Feel free to ask all your questions as I go along. Why even, I titled this K.I.S.S, K.I.S.S, my PPC strategy. It's pay-per-click on Amazon. And K.I.S.S stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. I like to tend to complicate things. Everybody loves to flash their numbers. Here's some numbers I'm going to flash that are going to blow your mind. And this is why I feel like I can actually talk about this subject. Okay, guys? Since January 1st, 2015, I have spent $324,601.40. This is as of about an hour ago. My sales from those advertisements are over $2 million. My ACOS, the orange line that you see, over that time, an average of 15.69%. What that means is that on the average cost, what the average cost of a sale is, how much I have to spend to generate a sale. If the sale is for $1, I would have to spend 15.69 cents. If the sale is $100, it would cost me $15.69. The last number that you can see is my impressions. This is how many times my ads have been seen on Amazon since January 1st, 2015. I have over 249 million impressions. So I have some data behind me to talk about this. Guys, I didn't put those numbers up to brag. I put them up so that you see what I'm going to tell you I actually do. It actually works, and it is profitable for me. Amazon started this pay-per-click thing, and I don't know when. I don't know the history of it. I ain't that smart of a guy, dude. I just do me, and that's why I'm doing this My 2 Cents series. Tomorrow night, we're going to be talking about eBay. Thursday, my wife and I will be in some town in Texas, San Antonio, where the Alamo is. We're doing a sellers meetup with Perry and Kim. We're going to stay an extra day to Friday. I'm sure I'll be able to jump on and do some kind of video. But I'm going to do more of these how I do things. So, pay-per-click. How do I do it? This is not going to be me showing you how I do it. I cannot open my account. I cannot show you what I do in my account because there's too much data that I can't block from people seeing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through it step by step, just like I was doing it. First of all, how did I learn about pay-per-click? It was in all the Facebook groups, all the gurus back in the day. Sam Cohen, Andy Slamans, Chris Green, all these guys were talking about it in all the Facebook groups. So what I did was I went into Seller Central. So in Seller Central, there's Sellers University. It is where you get the most accurate information from Amazon. It will tell you how to use their program, how to do their system. I believe Amazon's much smarter than me. So as I talk about this, I'm not going to talk about all the aspects of pay-per-click because they have all kinds of things for you geeks out there that understand all those algorithms and this and that. I trust Amazon to place my ad where it's going to do the best value for me through their algorithm, through their data, because they know that if it doesn't work, I'm going to stop spending money. So how do I do it? Guys, I do it really, really simple. Keep it simple, stupid. I like to complicate things, so I got to keep reminding myself. I say KISS probably 10 times a day. Keep it simple, stupid, because I tend to get stupid in overcomplicating things. What I do is I set up my campaigns. Does it matter how you set up your campaigns? Over time, I have found there is no advantage to how I set up my campaigns. Now, let's talk about, let's back up a minute. Let's talk about my product selection. I got a nice pink pen for breast cancer. Makes me think of Joni, Scott's wife, the bearded picker's wife, who was a breast cancer survivor. I stop and say, thank you, Lord. Every time I pick up this pen for some reason, it's just, the color reminds me of Joni. My products are long-term. I'm selling the same things. A lot of the same things I'm selling now, I was selling in 2015. So my product selection it's wide, but it's not ever changing. It's more evergreen that it'll sell for years to come. With that, I get more and more data. I collect more and more. Amazon collects more and more data. So what I do is I set up my campaigns. It doesn't really matter how you set up your campaigns. I have followed hundreds of people. Brian, can't remember his last name. He's supposed to be the godfather of pay-per-click. I've had programs. I've employed gurus for pay-per-click. I've tried automation. I've tried everything over the years when it comes to advertising. This is what I do. I set up a campaign. Inside the campaign, now for me, I try to set my campaigns up in groups. If I was selling water bottles and I had 10 different ads, 10 different products I was going to advertise for water bottles, my campaign name would be water bottles. Inside, there's an ad group. I list one product per ad group under the campaign. So this would be an ad group. This may be Ozark, what is this? Blood orange hibiscus. So the ad group name, the campaign name may be Ozarka water. The ad group may be bloody orange hibiscus, blood orange hibiscus. Okay. And the ad that I would want, the only listing I would show in that ad group is this. So for every single product, I have an ad group in some kind of campaign. It really doesn't matter for the system that I use. I kind of group like ones together. Now, when I set up the listing, when I actually set up the advertising, I only use automatic campaigns. I'm stupid. Plain and simple. I ain't smart enough to figure out all the algorithms that it takes to run manual campaigns, targeted keywords, target the location, target this. I believe Amazon has the best people in the world building their algorithms when it comes to campaigns, to advertising. It is a huge profit center for them. I promise you, they have the world's best people working in that department. So I set up their recommended bid. Their recommended bid is, I believe it's 75 cents now. I haven't set up a campaign in a while. I believe it's 75 cents. So I use automatic campaigns with with the bid that they suggest, which is 75 cents. And then I control my spending by listing how much I am willing to spend a day in advertising. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, I strongly suggest you go to Seller Central under, oh shoot, I don't know where it's under. I'll look it up. Hold on one second, guys. I got to look on my big computer. Uh-oh, I hope I didn't just lose this whole thing. No, I'm still live because I went live. I lost the other person, though. So I can't show nothing on that screen. Sorry. I'm still getting used to all this stuff over here, guys. On Seller Central, under, how do I do this? And I'm on my Mac, so I really am, oh my God, my face went ugly there. There it is. It's under performance. In Seller Central, under performance, there's a link to Seller University. If you go into Seller University, they have several videos about pay-per-click. So you'll have a better understanding. You'll have a better understanding if you don't understand the terms I'm using. I'm sorry. I'm going to try and keep this condensed. So I set up an automatic campaign using their suggested bid amount, and I launch. That's it. It takes me seconds to set up a campaign. I've gotten very good at it. Right now, I currently have 4,500 campaigns run, automatic campaigns running. That's the easy part, is setting it up. It's controlling your spending, adjusting your ACoS. That is the hard part for everybody. All right, here's what I do. I let the campaign run for 1 month. You may not have the budget to be able to run it for 1 month. Run it at $2 a day for a month. You got to collect some data. It costs to get data. I'm sorry, it just does. Once you have some data collected, under reports in Seller Central, there's a report for advertising reports. Okay, this is where I work. This is where I find it. I then set up, I prefer to do my pay-per-click on Tuesday. It seems that Amazon runs about 2 days behind. So what I do is the previous week in my report, I set my report up for the previous week. Saturday to this past Sunday. So for today's Tuesday. So it would be the 30th to the 5th is what my report would be. Yeah, 12:30 to 1:05. I'm looking to see, I have a report open. And I run the search term report. Okay, guys, take notes here. I'm telling you, this is how I find my negative keywords. I'm going to tell you exactly how I do it. All right, exactly how I do it. take that report, I download the report, I open the report. It opens an Excel file. I then sort the Excel file, and let me, I got one over here. Let me just open one up so I can tell you. I'll even tell you what column it is. I'm not gonna tell you any fibs. I'm gonna tell you exactly what column I sort by. I sort my data by column P, as in Paul. It's total advertising cost of sale. The A-cost, average cost of a sale. It only shows a percentage in that box, in that column, if there was a sale made based on the keyword. If the A-cost, if column P equals 0.00 or greater, I delete those rows. That's why I sort it by column P to start. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Sort it by column P, and any keyword that made a sale will have a number, 0.00, all the way up to, some of them may have, listen, the A-cost may be 200%, but the keyword made a sale. When we adjust the bid, it will adjust the keyword. What I'm looking for are the keywords that make sales. So I want to save those. I don't want to make those negative. Okay? Now you've taken out the good keywords. The rest of them have no sales. So column O should equal 0. Column O is the 7-day total sales. How many sales were made in the last 7 days for that keyword? The keyword is in the customer search term in column I. Now, if you really want to learn what I'm doing, you have to go back and watch this video several times, and you got to take notes. I had to take notes. I've watched a lot of videos to get to this point. Okay, guys? I've tried everybody's system. Take the good keywords, and then you make them broad terms, and then from the broad terms, you find the good ones in the broad terms, and you make them exact terms. This works just as well. I actually tried it that way, and I made less sales, and my A-cost was much higher than it is now. Now, what do you do to find the negative keywords? Here's what I do. I then sort my data by column J. I sort column J, which is my impressions, from highest to lowest. Let me say that again. Once I delete out all the ones that have sales, which will have an A-cost in column P, I then sort the data by column J from highest to lowest. Okay? That shows me how many impressions were shown for that particular keyword. When a customer typed that keyword in, for example, let's find one that's really crazy. Nutcracker outdoor decorations. I sell nothing outdoor decoration wise. Okay? I had, for one of my listings, I had 19,479 impressions. I had 11 clicks from those impressions. It spent $7 and made no sales. So I was wasting money on a keyword that doesn't work. So I sort my impressions. And then for me personally, now you guys got to find your own level here. Don't take my word as the law or the gospel, because it's not. You have to find your own. If it has 400 plus impressions, so if the keyword had 400 impressions, meaning 400 people seen that advertisement, and no sales, column O is 0, I delete anything with less than 400 impressions. Anything with 400 impressions and up, I keep. Okay? Why do I keep those? Because they're the ones I spent the most money on, that had the most people look at them, that didn't make a sale. They are wasting my money. I then take those keywords and add them as negatives. Okay? When you make those negative keywords, Amazon will not show those keywords. I'm trying to find outdoor decorations was another keyword. Something must have looked like it was outdoorsy, or it was found through somebody searching outdoor stuff and they found one of my products and they bought it. Not really sure why they bought, why all of a sudden I got these outdoor decorations. But the broad term, outdoor decorations, is one of the ones that I would make negative. If, let's say, I was selling an outdoor decoration, oh, you can't make outdoor decoration negative. Yes, you can, because it's an exact match. If it's an exact match negative keyword, the search would have to be outdoor decorations for it not to show my listing. And if I'm not making any sales on that exact term, then I don't want it to be the keyword. I don't want it to be a positive keyword. I want to make as many negative keywords as I can. Basically, I'm telling Amazon, to give you an idea why this works, I'm telling Amazon that I want to go to Texas. I'm in New Jersey. My customers are in Texas. I want to get to Texas. So I tell Amazon that direction's the way I want to go. That's what I do when I create the listing. As I add negative keywords, it narrows where Amazon can go to show my listing. And as it gets real narrow, my ACoS, my average cost of sale, goes down. Now, the deleted listings may still have keywords that you feel that are negative. You may have a keyword that gets a lot of clicks, a lot of spend, and not make sales. What I do is I when I delete them, I don't delete them. I cut them and I put them on another page, and I go through those manually and look at them. All right, guys, I want you to understand that this takes a little bit of time. I do it on a monthly basis. I don't do it anymore. Alejandro, my VA, actually does it for me. There are, right now, I have the one I have right now, I ran for Christmas because I'm looking for my Christmas terms for next year. Right now, I have over 30,000 lines of data. So it takes time to go through and find all the negative keywords. But the more negative keywords that you are able to enter into your campaign, the lower your ACoS is going to go. Now, that's only one part of it. The second part is under the campaign manager, I go in and they show you a percentage. Hold on, sorry. I'm working on a laptop trying to look on a big screen that I can't really see. When you go into your campaign, I want to just tell you the right words so you know what to look for. When you go into a campaign, each ad group will have, it will tell you your spend and your ACoS. The ACoS is the last column in the ad group page. I adjust my bid on my ad in each ad group up or down based on my ACoS. If my ACoS is high, 20% or higher, I lower the bid. The higher the ACoS, if it's up at 80% or 90%, sometimes I've seen it as high as 140%. I chop the bid drastically. I may take a 75-cent bid and make it 25 cents. It saves money quickly. It lowers the spending very quickly. If my ACOS, my average cost of sale is lower than 10%, I've raised the bid because I'm willing to spend a little bit more because it's really generating sales for me. I do that on a regular basis. And what happens is you start to adjust that bid into a sweet spot that you want. Now, some people have bigger profit margins. They can go a little higher on their ACOS, spend a little more on advertising, and make more sales. These sales will naturally help my sales rank, which means my organic sales will go up. This is a very basic PPC strategy. Very few people use it. It works. I showed you the numbers in the beginning. I make very good money with it. So that's basically it. I mean, that's how I do it, step by step, right there. That's everything. I've read you the step-by-step instructions on what keywords I make negative, what keywords I keep, how I adjust my bid. I told you exactly which columns in the report I work with. So now it's all up to you guys. I'm here for a few minutes to answer all your questions that you have. I mean, I'm trying to be more open about what I do. That's exactly what I do. Everybody asks me, it's the first question everybody's got is, how do you do your pay-per-click? All right, let's see. You have to babysit. What's this say? You have to babysit variables like that a lot. And you are correct. Letting Amazon deal with it as much as of it as possible is the best bang for the buck as I've seen. There you go. K.I.S.S, are you getting your steps in? Hell no, I ain't getting my steps in. I'm still fat, dude. And it's cold, dude. I don't go outside in the cold to walk. Sorry. If you're making ad groups, I'm going to show them. So this way you guys can go back and look and stop and look at them again. And if you're making ad groups, will you put together items that are very similar? Yes, I do. Like I said, with the water, for example, I would put the other flavors of water, like there's a lemon, there's a lime. My wife drinks these, so she has a bunch of them over there. There's a tangerine. I would put all those in there. But I wouldn't put this with a set of headphones in the same campaign. I do put like products in a campaign, in an ad group. Sorry. If you're selling a product and then want to start selling a similar product, will you reuse the data from one product to another to give you a boost? Yes and no. Yes, you can look at the negative keywords that you put in already and say, obviously, if you're selling a brown coffee mug, right? I've seen Amazon go, okay, you didn't make red negative, so we're going to show a red coffee mug. So if you all of a sudden decide to sell a blue coffee mug, you know that brown is a negative keyword, red's a negative keyword because you've already done it with the other ones. But guys, you have to understand. Oh, thanks, Chris. How are you, buddy? We were talking about you this morning. Yes, you can use the data, Chris, but you got to be careful, bud. I would take like colors, but I wouldn't take descriptive words. Like if I knew that mugged worked for this, but cup didn't, I don't know that I would use cup as a negative keyword right away if I was doing a red one. It would quickly pop out that if all of a sudden kelp was getting searched and it wasn't making sales, I wouldn't hesitate to make it negative if I seen it was on the same trend as this one was. So similar products, I use a lot of the data. Um, but Amazon's also been very good about lately taking similar products through image recognition, um, and do it that way. So if you're selling like this water, right? They already had the data how this water sells, and they use image recognition somehow, and they pick up this label, and they um, you know, this design, and when you put up a different one, they can see that. Joe, I'm glad you came. I did this video just for you, Joe. You asked about it. I kind of went over it quick um, in my other video, and I felt that there was enough interest that I could do this video. Guys, I'm telling you, I didn't hide anything. Chris knows me. Chris Anderson knows me. I did not hide anything. What I told you is how I exactly do it. So you may need to go back and watch this video 4, 5, 6 times. I have one ad at the beginning. I am not going to pepper this with advertising. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm trying to do what you guys want. You want my information? I'm going to put it out there my way, though. And it's hard for me to do an actual step-by-step and show you how this is done. Chris says, I reuse data from product to product a lot. I was just mostly curious if you do it. Yeah, I do, but you got to be careful because just because it was a negative on here doesn't mean it'll be a negative for you. Now, color will be a negative right away. If you're selling if you're selling black headphones, you ought to have 15 other colors that you add automatically to the negative keywords. Especially if looking for a certain color, t-shirt. If you're looking for a gray t-shirt, then red, green, blue, yellow, orange, pink, white, all those are negative words automatically. Walter Leone says, does your strategy change depending on the quarter? Absolutely, positively not. My spending may change. Q4, I actually increase my spending. There are times when I lower my daily budget. My products are evergreen. Okay? They don't do well on holidays. Christmas Day, you've seen my numbers. I'm a multi-million-dollar seller. Christmas Day, I did $1,500 in sales. And I just don't have the product line that does well on holidays. New Year's Day, I did like $1,800 or $2,000. Holidays are not my days for sales. As soon as the holiday's over, my sales pop right back up to where they are. But every holiday, my sales drop drastically. So I reduce my spending because what tends to happen is my average cost of a sale goes way up on a holiday. And I'm not willing to spend the extra. Guys, there is nothing to buy here. I'm telling you, I'm not selling you a course. This wasn't me giving out information saying, okay, now you got to sign up to get the real information. I'm not doing it. This is how I do it. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, same time, same bat channel. I'm going to show you how I find products on eBay to sell on Amazon. I do it. Every one of my products that are on Amazon right now, I found on eBay. Every single product I sell right now originally came from eBay. I'm going to open up my screen. I'm going to screen share the whole time I'm on tomorrow night. I'm going to show you how I find the products, how I find the sources for the products, how I find, now I'm going to tell you right now, my product source is going to be like AliExpress, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a little bit. I'm going to test it. And then I'm going to go somewhere like ASD in March and buy that product. I'm going to find somebody that already brings that product in. I don't bring in product from China. I'm not an importer. I pay somebody to handle all that. I use an importer for that. Guys, any other questions? Chris, thanks a lot for stopping by, man. This is CBS Saturday Morning famous Chris Anderson here, guys. Superhero sellers. Just be careful because he likes to pass out candy in his white van. I don't know where that got started, but they've always given him a hard time about his white van and candy. Questions? Going once? Going twice? Well, guys, I'm going to end this the same way I always end the shows. You got to get off your ass and go to work. God loves you. I'm trying to. Remember, subscribe, like, don't like, thumbs up, thumbs down. Doesn't really matter. Everything helps the algorithm. You guys have a blessed night. God loves you. You have a blessed one. Bye, guys.